Video Machine-to-Machine IoT project. In this video, we will take a look at what M2M technology is, how M2M is different from IoT, and how we can get two SparkFun things to talk to each other without human intervention. What is M2M communication? Machine-to-machine communication technology has been around for quite some time. Traditional M2M technology solution relied on point-to-point communications using embedded hardware modules and either cellular or wired networks. Access to remote devices, machines, assets and other entities provide a primary value proposition for M2M. M2M applications usually have hardware modules embedded in a machine at a customer site that communicate via a proprietary cellular or wired network to a dedicated software application, often at the supplier's service operation. This capability allows the machine supplier to reduce its service management costs through remote diagnostics, remote troubleshooting, remote updates, and other remote capabilities that reduce the need to deploy field service personnel. This sounds a lot like IoT, right? But you have already learned the defining features of IoT in this course. So, can you spot the difference between IoT and M2M? While IoT and M2M may appear similar, they are not interchangeable. It would help to visualize M2M as plumbing and IoT as an universal enabler. Here is how IoT is different from M2M. IoT accommodates the same machines as M2M applications, but also includes a wide bunch of devices that are not part of traditional M2M. These are devices like low power and passive sensors, which may not be able to justify a dedicated M2M hardware module. Even more important, IoT devices communicate via standards-based IP networks, and the data are incorporated into enterprise applications to enable not only improved service, but also operational improvement and new business models such as product as a service, which we saw earlier. In IoT, the data delivery is usually to a cloud-based IoT platform as against the direct point-to-point communication of M2M. As a result of the cloud-based architecture, IoT solutions are inherently more scalable than M2M. Reliance on software rather than hardware makes IoT solutions more accessible to a broader variety of both internal and external customers. Now let us move on to a very interesting project. Before we start though, let us have a quick recap of what we have learned so far. We have learned to control a single SparkFun ESP8266 thing through the KN platform. But what exactly has been the value add of KN in the projects we have done so far? Nothing more than ease of use and better data visualization. Sure, we can use scheduling and triggers without coding, but all this could be accomplished with a few more lines of sketch code lines. In our new project, we are going to get two machines to talk through the Cayenne Cloud platform. The SparkFun ESP8266 thing will be used as the machines in the project. These two machines can be anywhere in the world. For example, one thing can be in New York. Let us call this device thing A. Another thing called thing B can be in San Francisco. We will redo our earlier project such that thing A is connected to the digital temperature sensor and reads sensor data. Using the Cayenne trigger feature, we will let this sensor data control an LED that is connected to thing B. So the sensor in New York can control the LED in San Francisco. Now, this is a big conceptual jump. If we extend this concept, we can have devices connected to the Cayenne anywhere in the globe and controlling devices which are in different time zones and geographical locations. Let us jump into the project by connecting a new SparkFun ESP8266 thing onto Cayenne. The process is exactly similar to how we connected the first thing to Cayenne. Whenever you set up a new device to be connected to Cayenne, you will find that you get a new unique client ID. So, as before, we enter this new client ID in the appropriate placeholder in the sketch that will load onto the new thing that we will call thing B. We will enter the Wi-Fi network credentials, the MQTT credentials along with the new client ID. Now let us load the sketch onto thing B. Done. Now if you go to the Cayenne dashboard, you'll be able to see thing B as one of the connected devices. We will now set up a button widget associated with thing B. We'll call it LED switch. We want this to be an on-off switch, so we make it a digital actuator. We will make channel 1 as the associated channel for this. As we can see from the sketch, we will read from the channel 1 and write it to pin 5, which has been set to output mode. As we already know, the pin 5 in the thing is connected to the onboard LED. Now we'll go to the trigger feature of the Cayenne dashboard and create a new trigger called M2M. We will set the trigger as 25 degrees centigrade in the if section. Also note that we are associating the if section with thing A. Now, if the sensor value is below 25 degrees Celsius, then the trigger happens. On the then section, we will make thing B as the associated device. Now, we will choose the action as LED switch and we want the trigger to turn the LED switch on. Now save the trigger. Now let us make the sensor temperature go below 25 degrees Celsius and see if the onboard LED lights up. Yes, it does. Simple as it seems, this is a powerful project that showcases an important use case of IoT. Now we can control any connected device through any other connected device using the Cayenne platform. The location of the devices is immaterial. Summary. In this video, we learned how to get two SparkFun ESP8266 things to talk to each other through the Cayenne platform. In the next video, we will explore the features of the Cayenne mobile app.